A little over 18 years ago, I had just gotten out of the military. I drove all the way from Louisiana to my hometown in Montana without incident. I spent a few days at home and then got back on the road because my new home destination was Boise, Idaho. It was February, so instead of going straight down the length of the state, I cut across the panhandle of Idaho into Washington. The highway going straight down through the state is really twisty and very dangerous in the winter. So I crossed the state line into Washington. It was a Sunday, and it was very, very early in the morning. As cliché as it sounds, there was quite a bit of fog in the air. I had been driving for a while, and I really had to use the bathroom. Now, normally, given how I was out in the middle of nowhere, I would normally just pulled over on the side and took a whiz, but since it was so foggy and hard to see, I thought it's safer to just wait until I hit the next small town. So I drove for maybe 5 more miles, and I started seeing signs for a town. I can't remember for the life of me the name of the town, but I think it was Linden, or Linder, something like that. It was on I-90 going into the Spokane Valley. So I head towards the sign, which was a right turn off the interstate, and it's a short drive up this road, and I reached the town. It was small, but I thought nothing of it since I was from a small town in Montana. Now here is where things get odd. There was not a single person to be found. There were cars and business, but not a single person to be found. No one walking the street, no logging trucks driving. Everything was just as still as the air. I stopped at a gas station. It was one of those one-and-all places that did car repair tires, etc., but no one was at the counter. I thought, well, maybe it's just really early, so I went around to the side to see if the bathroom was locked, and it was. As I made my way back around to the front of the building, saw a delivery truck. It was a Coke Classic truck, except it wasn't moving its head. Lights were on, the hazard lights were on, and the passenger and driver's side doors were open. Just sitting there in the middle of the street. Yes, I was getting a bad vibe. So I got back in my car and went back the way I came. I got back to I-90 and thought again about just pissing on the side of the road. But honestly, I was too afraid. I continued driving until I hit Spokane. Honestly, I was more than a bit freaked out and had completely forgotten I had to piss. I didn't see anything creepy or hear anything creepy, but the stillness in the air and the complete lack of life, human or animal, was just terrifying and unsettling. I looked on the map to where I was once I got to Spokane, which was a Rand McNally's map, because GPS on phones was just not a thing yet, and I could not find it at all on the map. Even as I was writing this, I looked at Google Maps and nothing by the name Linden, Linder, or otherwise is on the map. I still to this day will never forget that feeling of just freaky displacement I felt there. When I got to Boise, I told my friend about it and he thought I was just trying to rip off Silent Hill or Resident Evil. And honestly, I can't blame people for saying that. But at the same time, that was the reason I wouldn't piss on the side of the road. I kept recalling the part in RE1 where the hikers were killed by the murderous dogs. Anyway, if you stuck around this long, thanks for reading. And if you know of a town on HWI-2 between Coeur d'Alene, Idaho and Spokane, Washington, people let me know. If you are from there, I mean, no offense, but your town is creepy as fuck.